In this channel, we bring you the freshest discussions taking place in Japan's online community.
The face of an emperor who lived in China about 1500 years ago has been reconstructed based on DNA by a research team at Fudan University in China. According to the extracted genetic material, it was found that the facial features were similar to those of people living in present-day North and East Asia.
Looks like someone who speaks Korean. Looks like Korea once ruled the world. Well, this must have been the actual face. Can't just swallow it since there's a possibility it's fabricated to suit China's convenience. Well, the definition of the Han ethnicity itself is quite arbitrary. A historian acquaintance of mine said that even after being conquered by different ethnic groups, the Han ethnicity was strictly classified based on household registers and such. I thought he was joking, even though DNA testing could reveal it. At the very least, physical features are completely different between the North and the South. If you look at the Saka people from Siberia, you'd see that originally, Turkic people have Mongoloid features. It's totally different from the typical Mongoloid face people imagine. Did they get plastic surgery? Even Emperor Wanli's remains were dug up, but they were burned. I wished they had reconstructed his face. If it were a technology to reconstruct the faces of criminals from DNA in the United States, they would have been able to do it with high accuracy. But in the 5th and 6th centuries, the northern Mongoloids had already migrated considerably southward, even invading the Korean peninsula and, of course, entering Japan during the Kofun period. I think the accuracy is high, but this looks young. Maybe a bit more robust would be better. The ethnic groups that believed in resurrection and practiced burial or mummification were correct, weren't they? Since DNA remains, there's a chance to clone. And if we find a way to resurrect consciousness and will, that would be incredible. I've seen this. It was posted at the police station. Chinese faces probably look ugly to us Japanese. Whenever I see Chinese tourists, I always think that. When I went to Shanghai, many had long legs and good figures, but when I looked at their faces, most of them were the worst. China is vast, so there's quite a variety in facial features. In the South, there are many with Southeast Asian features and are short. In the North, they are tall, fair-skinned, and have rugged faces. In the Northwest, there are many handsome men and beautiful women with Russian blood. It says it's based on DNA, but since we don't know what would happen if we reconstructed faces based on the DNA of current humans, I'm not sure how reliable this image is. To Europeans and Americans, Manchurians and Mongolians are nothing but East Asians with Mongoloid features. To be blunt, there's not much difference. The Han ethnicity has been ethnically cleansed since then, so it's really hesitant to call them historical Chinese. The majority of present-day Chinese have strong Mongolian blood or are from nomadic tribes. Can we really call them true Han Chinese? The unearthed artifacts from the Han era are mostly Central Asian in style, contradicting historical texts. So, it's speculated that the Turkic ethnic groups of the Mongol Empire reused them. The armor is strikingly similar. The tombs in Kazakhstan and those in China. Of course, Mongolians did, but Tibetans expanded westward too. Until modern times, their combat capabilities were stronger in the East and weaker in the West. Then why did the West advance in civilization despite this? Looks intimidating. Seems like he'd fit in with the Yakuza or detectives.
Did you find this video interesting? We'll keep bringing you fun topics from Japan's online community. Please subscribe to the channel and drop some comments.